next kingdom, that is fungi. The term fungi means mushroom, which is originally called from the Latin. And this fungus is a very broad group. Still now the people are studying and understanding about this fungus, its importance. There are a lot of uses are there, and this fungus is very diversified. We can see fungus anywhere we go in this world. Even if we go to the polar regions also, we can see fungus. When you see in water bodies also, you can see fungus. Terrestrial life, we can see fungus. Fungal spores are transferred through this air, so wherever you go you can see this fungus. And if you see this study of fungus, it is known as mycology. And some of the names I have given on the top, that is actually according to the historical point of view, Piero Anthony Mitchley is considered as the father of modern mycology. And some of them some of them consider as Henrik Anton D. Barry also, but historically and scientifically, even today's mycologist, those who study about this fungus, they also consider um, Antonio Mitchley as the father of modern mycology, because he is the first person to study very uniquely about this fungus. And in India, the father of Indian mycology is known as Edwin John Butler, who was a who was completed his botany when the British people were British people were ruling here. So if you see this fungus, you can see these type of things, something like a balloon like structures covered something on the top. It looks very different. So fungus are eukaryotic in nature. They have true nucleus. They are non-vascular. Fungus have cell wall, but cell wall is made up of chitin. And the fungus have no embryonic stages. There are a lot of methods by which these fungus are growing. Some of them growing by zoospores, basidospore, ascospores. And you can see both the sexual and asexual conditions in fungus also. Typically they are non-motile in nature, and if you're talking about their reproduction, they are considered to be heterotrophic, and majority of this fungus are saprophytic in nature. And we don't have no proper evidence of any fungus that are photosynthetic in nature. And this fungal cell wall is made up of, I said it is eukaryotic, so the fungal cell wall is made up of a different type of chemical which is known as chitin, and its chemical structure is given here. Structure of chitin is given here. There are a lot of uses of fungus. We know that these funguses are used for producing antibiotics. It is used in the brewing industry. Some of the fungus leave a symbiotic association. For example, truffles is a fungus and a root of one plant, which is considered to be a very high priced delicacy. So many of these things, and a fungus needs a temperature somewhere equal to 25 to 30, that means 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. That is why these fungus can be seen only during these winter times, and most of the fungal products are available from the winter seasons. And many of these funguses cause diseases also. Even though they are useful, many of them will cause diseases also. Many of the fungus, and even these fungus, when we see on our skin in the winter times, these funguses are growing. We can see some white spots on them. And during summer season also, if there is a water content or sweat content in our body, and if it is not removed properly, it will lead to some type of infections. So there are a lot of there are a lot of advantages and disadvantages for this fungus. and this fungus can digest many of this food, and they store food in the form of starch. Yeah, when we see this morphology of fungus, that means how this fungus looks like from outside. You can see this fungus in many shapes. For example, one of the most common fungus that we see is the bread mold, which we can see on the bread when the bread is kept for a long time uncovered or unused. You can see some, if my memory is correct, you can see that some black colored structures or yellowish colored structures growing on that. They are called as rhizopus, which is known as a common bread mold. So when we see this fungus under the microscope, this fungus we can see how we have seen in this pictures, in the picture that is given to you. If you see that stolen part, which is called as the, which is generally called as hyphae, and group of this hyphae forms mycelium. And this fungus, if you see here down, these fungus are I said it, they are eukaryotic in nature. Since they are eukaryotic in nature, the mycelium of the fungus, if you take, we can see these type of things. You can see they are having a proper nucleus, they are having a Golgi apparatus, they have cell wall that is made up of chitin, they have plasma membrane, they have lipid bodies, they have mitochondrions, nucleus, all these are present inside this. And you might have seen that there is a division between each cell, there is a division is there. That particular division is known as septum. In some cases, some of the fungus, they don't have division. We call it as aseptae, or we'll call it as choanocytic hyphae. That means if the septum is absent. Choanos means box. Chitos means something present inside that. That means something present inside a box, that is the meaning. So this is the basic structure that basic thing that we can understand from this. And this fungus, earlier I said that this fungus need a temperature somewhere around 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. And you can see in this diagram, you can see that network of mycelia, and these hyphae is there, mycelium is there, and network of mycelia together they form a thallus. Thallus means body, and on the top, that umbrella shaped structure, that is the reproductive part. So this is the common structure. Some of this fungus can live in saprophytic condition, that means they will live on the dead bodies, and they will secrete some enzymes, and they will destroy the dead materials, and they will take nutrients from that. So some are heterotrophic, some are saprophytic, and but we don't have a better good evidence for a eukaryotic fungus. So if there is any doubt in this, please ask so that I can move forward. Thank you.